What's up, everybody? My name is Kier, and you are watching The Important Things That Really Matter. Today, we're going to be talking about what successful men want in women. Now, ladies, I know you want a successful man. I know that you want a successful man. And so we're going to talk about what a successful man is looking for. So this will help to, if you want a successful man, this will help you to be able to get a successful man. But you also have to remember too, that what you're doing in the beginning, you got to continue to do if the person decides to marry you. So anyway, before we go into what successful men want in a woman, would you please like, would you please share, and would you please subscribe? Because I'm trying to grow this channel, and I appreciate any help that you can give me. So let's get into it. Ladies, let's discuss what success is. Let's discuss what success is. Unfortunately, the media, and you get some goofy people that want to give you their definition of success, which is extremely ridiculous. You have some people, oh, this person got to spend all this money on me right from the beginning. Somebody who's not an idiot is going to spend a great deal of money on you, and they don't know you, okay? So let's talk about what success is. Now, there's a lot of women that want a man that's making six figures, okay? A man that is making six figures. So one of the things that you have to keep in mind, there's only going to be somewhere about 1%, 5% of the people that's going to be making six figures out there in the whole United States, like 1 to 5%. So if there's only 1 to 5% of people that are making six figures, why would you just only focus on somebody that's making six figures when there's only like 1 to 5% of those people? All right. So it's like you got 80% of the women in the United States is chasing after this very, very small percentage of men. Okay. So that is not that success, but the competition is going to be extremely rough. But I'm going to give you some suggestions. So also too, some people think that the person is successful if they're making millions and millions of dollars. Okay, it is true that a person is successful making millions and millions of dollars, but how many millionaires you know? What is the percentage of millionaires? It's going to be even more women fighting for those type of people too. So we need to talk about what is success, what is reality in terms of success. And what is reality in terms of success is that you can get a good man that's making somewhere between $50,000 and $70,000 a year. And you can get a good man, let me say it again. You can get a good man making somewhere between $50,000 and $75,000 a year. And a person making $75,000 a year, they're very successful. Now, for some people, they might think, well, that's not good enough for me. Well, then, okay, well, you can be yourself by yourself. If you don't even want to talk to somebody that's along those particular lines, you are shooting yourself in the foot. You're almost shooting yourself in the foot if you're making $100,000 as a woman and you're expecting the man to make over $100,000. I just discussed that there's only about 1 to 5% of men in the entire United States that's making over $100,000 a year. And some women, they're not going to be satisfied unless that person's making at least $500,000. Now your percentages are even smaller. And somebody making millions of dollars, the percentages are going to be even smaller than the amount of people that's going to be making over $100,000 a year. So what I'm saying is, why have your idea of success being what the media is portrayed or what some people in entertainment is portraying success is supposed to be? And oh, by the way, a lot of people that's in entertainment, most of those people in entertainment are broke. They don't have hardly no money. And if any money that you see, you have some people, they got a bunch of money, they showing a lot of money, okay. A lot of that money that they're showing you that's in entertainment, they're going to end up having to pay back the record label that they're dealing with. So that money that's in their hand and they be showing in them videos and stuff, that's borrowed money. That's got to be paid back. They don't have hardly no money. If you're interested in finding out what needs to take place with artists, you need to go listen to my Artists, You Are the Business series. That whole series talks about the music industry. It talks about how to be successful in the music industry. But anyway, back to the subject. What does a successful man want? And I wanted to talk about the meaning of success. The main meaning of success should be somebody that's trying to do something with their life. Do you hear me? The main definition of success should be somebody that's willing to work and work hard to be successful in life. And you can't put a dollar figure on that. If a person's making $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 or $75,000, that is success. They're doing well. And if they have plans and goals to do even better than that, that's what you should look at. This is what we're talking about in reference to a person's potential. Because a person can be broke, but they have a drive to be successful. And that drive can turn somebody who is broke into a multi-millionaire. Now, I know what you're probably saying, ladies. You're probably saying, I don't agree with that. You're probably saying, that don't make sense. I know, because a lot of women are not talking to other women about this. A lot of women don't talk to other women about looking at a man's potential. See, the ladies that used to go to college and then take these little crazy little courses that's not going to make too much of anything, some of those women were taught by their mothers, go to college, you get this little degree. Degree may be something not, something like communications or some degree that usually women tend to pick for going to college. But the main purpose during times past for women going to college is to put themselves into an environment where the probability of meeting men with high potential is going to be high. So when you go to a college or university, you are meeting people. You are in an environment. And you're meeting people who have potential to possibly be millionaires. And so by going to college or to university or so, it would put you in a position to be around those type of people who have a high potential to be very, very successful. Now, that was the mindset of a lot of women in the past. And it was a good mindset. You're putting yourself in an environment where you can meet men that have high potential of being successful. So potential deals with the person's drive also too to be successful. So these are the things that's most important that you can look at, because you can be with somebody who's making $50,000 a year, but they may just want to stay at $50,000 a year. You can be with somebody making $75,000 a year. They may just want to stay at $75,000 a year, and they may not want to go past that. So you got to look at what a person's dreams are. And oh, by the way, I'm not talking about the dreams of, I want to be a rapper. I want to be an entertainer. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Most of the rappers and entertainers, most of those people you want to leave alone, because those rappers, those entertainers, everybody and their mother gonna be chasing after them. So why do you want to be one of many chasing after this person? And many times, many of those rappers, many of those entertainers really don't have anything. They're poor, they're broke, they're busted. They just look good in front of the camera, look like they have something when many times they don't. The record labels are making most of the money in the entertainment industry. And so save yourself some headaches. Don't even be bothered with folks that are entertainment. What I mean by entertainment, I'm talking about singers, dancers, things along those lines, people that's football, people that's in athletics, entertainment, movies. In most cases, you might want to leave those folks alone, okay? They got too many people chasing after them. So why do you want to be bothered with the competition, okay? So, but anyway, back to the subject. You need to look at a person's potential. So, give you an example. There's a guy by the name of John Johnson. John Johnson, when he came from the South up north, John Johnson, who was the publisher of Ebony Jet magazine, he was broke as I don't know what, but he had a dream. He wanted to start his own magazine. So we're talking about the person's potential. He had a dream. He wanted to start his own magazines, which he did, which was Ebony and Jet magazines. And when he died, him and his wife built that business together. And when Mr. John Johnson died, his business was worth over $500 million. That's when he died. And that's just the magazine business. That business provided the funds to be able to spin off other businesses too. So he had numerous businesses in addition to the magazine company. Follow what I'm saying? In terms of looking at a person's potential. Now, we're going to be talking about, real quick, let's start talking about what are some of the things that successful men are looking for. Some of the things that successful men are looking for, which is a big thing, is somebody that's not argumentative. No man wants to be with a woman that's always arguing or wanting to fight, or it don't matter what it is, the person just wants to argue about something. I remember one time I was dating someone and we were somewhere and I looked up at the sky and I was like, wow, this is a beautiful sky. That's a beautiful blue sky. And the woman said, it ain't blue, it's sky blue. And I looked down, I looked at her, I'm like, is this woman crazy? But it's like, I just said the sky was blue. Why are you gonna say it's sky blue? I'm like, okay, so when I heard that, I'm like, we might wanna leave this person alone. If you were the type of person who wanna argue about everything, matter of fact, I just had a friend not too long ago. Well, a longtime friend of mine, female friend of mine. And we were talking on the phone one day and she wanted to start an argument with me. I'm like, why are you trying to start an argument with me? I just told you I'm tired. I just got off of work. Why are you trying to start an argument with me? I guess she wanted to set me straight or whatever. And I probably shouldn't have did it, but I hung up on her. But the point is, nobody wants to deal with somebody that's argumentative, okay? You don't have to argue about everything. You don't have to argue about most things. You don't have to argue about 50% of things. Matter of fact, I would tell a person, if you're with somebody and while you're dating this person's arguing with you or combative 50% of the time, 60, 70% of the time, then that person don't need to be with somebody like that. Period. Any person like that. Because any woman is supposed to bring a man peace. And if you're not bringing that man peace, why does he need to be with you? Why does he need to get out there and work hard to provide for you, provide for his family, when you're not bringing him any peace? So anyway, one of the main things that successful men are looking for, they don't want to be bothered with somebody that's argumentative or combative. Nobody, no man, especially a successful man, is looking for somebody that's going to give them a hard time, or the person that's going to have a nasty attitude most of the time. Why should any person be with somebody that's got a nasty attitude, that does not have a pleasant personality? Successful men are looking for women with a pleasant personality. Very simple. Now, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a former engineer, former auto engineer. Not only am I a former auto engineer, but I also have a background in management, supervision. I also went and learned a skilled trade on top of it to make myself even more valuable. And on top of all that, I have an extensive background in music and in the entertainment. Now, these qualities, everything that I just showed you, shows a person who is trying to do something with their life and have future plans to be even more productive. So these are the things that you're looking for. And I'm not saying you should find somebody that's doing all the things that I do, because a lot of people may not do all the things that I do. They may do half of the things that I do. You have to look to see if the person's is the person trying to do something with their life, and do they want something a little bit more than what they have right now. Follow what I'm saying? You can be very, very happy with a man making $50,000 a year. You can be very happy with a man making $40,000 a year. But if you two work together, you can build some great things together. If he's making $40,000 a year and you're making $30,000 or $40,000 a year, you two together can build some great things together. So you have to understand that, instead of listening to some of these female rappers and stuff telling you all this crazy stuff. That's not gonna help you. You can be just as happy with somebody making $40,000 or $50,000 a year, and you two work together. See, that was the original design of God in the beginning. If you look in the book of Genesis, what does it say? God tells man, it is not good for you to be alone. I will make you a helpmate for you. So a helpmate is a woman that's gonna help a man. A helpmate is a woman that is going to be a help to a man, not a hindrance. You follow me? You got to be an asset to the man and not a liability. What are assets? Assets are those things that bring money into your pocket. Assets are those things that generate money and bring money and create money, put money in your pocket. Liabilities are those things that you have that are constantly taking money out of your pocket. Examples of liabilities: your car note. Every month there's a bill that comes. That car's not going to be paid off until such and such amount of time. Every month you got to pay on that bill. That's constantly taking money from you. It's a liability. A woman can be a liability to a man too. If you are around a man and darn it, every time he around you, he got to kick money out. He's got to kick money out. He's got to kick money out. He got to kick money out. And you're never bringing any money to him. And I'm not saying you got to be paying for stuff, even though some women do, which is a good thing. It shows you're not selfish if you are paying for some things. If a man looks up and you're never paying for anything, you ain't trying to ever do anything to help him or be a help to him, why does he need to be with you? You're not doing what you were created by your creator in heaven. You were created to be a help to a man, not a liability. You were created to be a help, not what have you done for me lately. Do you follow me? Successful men want those type of women. Somebody that's going to be a help, somebody that's going to put his life on the line for the women. That a man's going to do that. He's going to keep a woman that is going to help build him up, is going to help give him new ideas and different things that he can do to build the family up, and that you all can work together to build some great things together. We see that this is the truth, and that can take place with a black man and a black woman by the name of John Johnson. Him and his wife built an empire together. And that man was completely broke when he came from the South to the North. You follow what I'm saying? So anyway, this is just part one of what are successful men looking for in a woman. Part one. Peace.